The resilient honeybee, nature's master pollinator. Honeybees are among the most crucial insects for human agriculture and the natural environment. Known for their role in pollination and honey production, honeybees are vital for the reproduction of many flowering plants. There are several species of honeybees, with the most common being the European honeybee, Apis mellifera. Honeybees live in highly organized colonies, which consist of three castes: queens, workers, and drones. The queen is the only reproductive female in the colony, laying thousands of eggs. Worker bees, all females, perform various tasks such as foraging for nectar and pollen, caring for the queen and larvae, and maintaining the hive. Drones are males whose sole purpose is to mate with a queen from another colony. The process of pollination by honeybees is essential for the production of fruits, vegetables, and nuts. As bees forage, they transfer pollen from the male parts of flowers to the female parts, facilitating fertilization. This ecological service is invaluable, with honeybees contributing to the pollination of approximately 1/3 of the food crops we consume. Honey production is another remarkable aspect of honeybees. Worker bees collect nectar, which they transform into honey through a process of regurgitation and evaporation. Honey is stored in wax cells within the hive and serves as a food source for the colony during winter. Humans have harvested honey for thousands of years, valuing it for its sweetness, nutritional properties, and medicinal benefits. Despite their importance, honeybees face significant threats from habitat loss, pesticide exposure, diseases, and parasites such as the varroa mite. Colony collapse disorder, CCD, a phenomenon where worker bees abruptly abandon the hive, has also caused concern in recent years. The exact causes of CCD are not fully understood but are believed to be multifactorial, involving stressors like poor nutrition, pathogens, and chemical exposure. Conservation efforts are critical to protect honeybee populations. Sustainable agricultural practices, such as reducing pesticide use and planting diverse flowering crops, can support bee health. Beekeeping practices that promote colony health, including monitoring for diseases and providing supplemental feeding during lean periods, are also essential. Public awareness and education about the importance of bees and the challenges they face can drive policy changes and community actions to support pollinator-friendly environments. In conclusion, honeybees are indispensable to our ecosystems and agriculture. Their role as pollinators ensures the production of many of the foods we depend on, and their social structure and honey production highlight their ecological and economic significance. Protecting honeybees requires concerted conservation efforts and sustainable practices to ensure their survival and the continued health of our environment. The unsung heroes of the ecosystem. Bees are extraordinary insects that play a crucial role in maintaining the health and balance of our ecosystems. Known for their diligent work ethic and impressive ability to pollinate a vast array of plants, bees are essential to food production and biodiversity. With over 20,000 species found around the globe, bees exhibit a remarkable diversity in behavior, appearance, and habitat preferences. Physical characteristics. Bees are small, winged insects characterized by their fuzzy bodies, which are often covered in tiny hairs that help them collect pollen. Their sizes can range from the tiny stingless bees, measuring just a few millimeters, to the large carpenter bees, which can be over an inch long. Bees have specialized mouth parts for feeding on nectar and pollen, and their bodies are typically segmented into a head, thorax, and abdomen. The head houses compound eyes that provide excellent vision, antennae for sensing the environment, and mandibles for manipulating objects. Behavior and social structure. Bees exhibit a range of social structures, from solitary bees that live and work alone to highly organized social colonies. The most well-known social bees are honeybees and bumblebees, which live in large colonies with complex hierarchies. In a honeybee colony, there is a clear division of labor. The queen bee's primary role is to lay eggs, producing thousands of offspring throughout her life. Worker bees, which are all female, perform various tasks, including foraging for food, caring for the young, cleaning the hive, and defending it from intruders. Male bees, or drones, have the sole purpose of mating with a queen. Bumblebee colonies are smaller and less rigid in their social structure compared to honeybees. They often build their nests in underground burrows or other sheltered locations. Solitary bees, on the other hand, do not form colonies. Each female typically creates her own nest, lays eggs, and provisions them with pollen and nectar. Pollination and ecological importance. Bees are some of the most important pollinators in the natural world. As they forage for nectar and pollen, they transfer pollen from one flower to another, facilitating the fertilization process that allows plants to produce fruits and seeds. This pollination service is vital for the reproduction of many flowering plants, including a significant portion of the crops that humans rely on for food. Crops such as apples, almonds, blueberries, and tomatoes depend heavily on bee pollination. It is estimated that 1 out of every 3 bites of food we eat is made possible by pollinators like bees. In addition to their role in agriculture, bees also support the reproduction of wild plants, contributing to biodiversity and the health of ecosystems. Reproduction and life cycle. The life cycle of a bee varies depending on the species. In general, bees undergo complete metamorphosis, progressing through 4 stages: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. The queen bee lays eggs in the hive cells, and worker bees care for the developing larvae by feeding them a diet of pollen and nectar. After pupation, the adult bees emerge and take on various roles within the colony. In solitary bee species, the female typically lays her eggs in individual nests, often constructed in soil, wood, or plant stems. She provisions each nest with enough food to sustain the larvae until they emerge as adults. Conservation status. Many bee species are facing significant threats due to habitat loss, pesticide use, climate change, and diseases. The decline in bee populations has raised concerns about the potential impacts on food security and ecosystem health. Conservation efforts are crucial to protect these vital pollinators. Strategies to support bee populations include creating pollinator-friendly habitats, reducing pesticide use, and promoting sustainable agricultural practices. Cultural significance. Bees have held a place of reverence in human cultures for centuries. In ancient Egypt, bees were symbols of royalty and were associated with the sun god Ra. Honey, often referred to as liquid gold, was valued for its sweetness, medicinal properties, and use in religious rituals. In modern times, bees continue to be celebrated for their contributions to agriculture and the environment. They are often seen as symbols of industry, cooperation, and environmental stewardship. The practice of beekeeping, or apiculture, has grown in popularity as more